Greetings, everyone! I said I was doing another game, but I'm doing this one instead. So, this time, or last time, it was number 7, wasn't it? Hey guys, starting some Riven here. So, this puzzle, I said I didn't quite know, but there's one place that I want to go to that may or may not tell me the answer. Oh, yeah, it's just a button. And I can't quite remember how to get to it, though. Oh boy. Well, it involves a lot of turning the room around, so let's just turn the room around. Oh, that pixely goodness. I dream of pixelies, and also many other darker things besides, you know. Maybe that's normal, but I'll explain it in another video, because this Riven video is supposed to be lighthearted and not include DDP yoga, okay? Because basically I make fun of things, but I should be having fun, not making fun. Make have, not fun. Make have, not fun. Yeah, make love, not war, because, you know, unless you shouldn't make love, because the messages are rather unclear on that point, but we're pretty sure that making war is worse than making love, which is why... Oh, wait a minute, it isn't because ratings. Hey, wait a minute, I made that idea before. This is wrong, isn't it? This is wrong, isn't it? Yeah, so I think I have to go, because, like, down there, there's this... Okay, so I do want that to be up, but then at the same time... Oh, good, yeah, okay. Right, is the stairs down here, so now I know where I am. I'd love to get a hold of some of these childhood books that I read in my childhood. Yeah, here's the drama. I won't show you what's around this corner. Could it be a monster, a beast, someone who is going to get you? Or a truck with a punny name that's very inappropriate? I don't know. But, I love the phrase inappropriate, Homestar Runner. But, getting to the point, I'm Ronnie Carbett, but, getting to the point, linseed oil apparently is the same as flax oil. I'm getting to the point, there's a yogurt container that looks like a face with the barcode up there. Getting to the point, I've forgotten already. Oh yeah, because some of them were really scary. Like, there was this one with a mole, like a 2-page spread of a mole. And then there was this one cute thing with a pink Thesaurus Rex who was pink. Oh, yeah, so that elevator... Ah, yeah. And for some reason that button becomes an actual button. So yeah, if I was thinking, see, you gotta be thinking, you gotta be sharp, you gotta remember things, and I should probably have even written down locations rather than just puzzles, because then I would remember this one. But yes, this is how you get here, so here's how we're gonna see one at least of the symbols. So, this one... Okay, so it's the circle. It's the circle. And this is... I don't know what this is. I'll just call it Starting Island. Start... Island. Wow, my writing gets better every time. Start Island. And it is a boop, which means... You know, just in case it wasn't clear, this is pointing to that, yo. Which means it's green. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, we have 6 colors, and I can't remember what's the deal with that. But yeah, so okay, so that's that one. So I guess I could stop this if I wanted to. Yeah, I told you we just gonna pound on it, yo. Because it's just the way it stops just doesn't make any sense. So, I came across this style of photography called light painting. You should look it up. It's particularly beautiful for cars. Troy Paiva. P-A-I-V-A. Look him up. He's not paying me for this or nothing. But, it's amazing. So, yeah, that's the dome. But we still can't... But we got the colors, though, which means... So, the thing is, like, I don't know if you're supposed to know this by this point or not, but, like... Well... Maybe I won't say, I probably already accidentally said, And there's nothing underneath this, by the way. You can come here in a really roundabout way, but there's nothing underneath. I tried. But now I believe it's time to go and do that Aminals puzzle. Oh yeah. And you'll notice the icon for the last video was like a spoiler icon, because I kind of forgot. Whoops, yeah, so not up there. But we can get to... What's the fastest way? We need to go to Jungle Island, so the fastest way is really just to go the normal... Not this way, then. Well, we could go back on that minecart a freaking again. That's always a fun time, but I guess I'll just click around naughtily. Naughtily. I don't really like the idea of dirty and naughty being used for sexuality. I've always only wanted it to be fluffy and lovey-dovey, and then I was told it was bad and dirty and extremely not allowed to even think of it, and then I just got confused, and you'll probably relate, some of y'all, except for the lucky ones. I'm looking at you, lucky one, but, you know, maybe one day when I'm 68 or something, I'll finally have a good and healthy attitude. Oh, let's go on another ride. I'm even gonna shut up and not mention ice cream. That clicking you hear is my crappy chair. Oh, yeah. That was creepy. Well, anyway, let's go and no mentions of ice cream. We eat healthy around these parts. And 18-minute load. Of course, back in the day, like I said, I was... Wait, did I say that? No, I didn't. I keep saying a bunch of things that I didn't say on camera because I just tried and tried and tried. But yes, in 1999, I was given a computer to upgrade my old one, which I won't even tell you what that was. I'll save that for the video where I actually explain this. Oh yeah, Yous guys. I don't even think I want to be down here. No, I definitely don't. But I ain't gonna skip a Son of movie. Those guys are awesome. Walrus whales, they're freaking cute. I want to make more videos about cars. Like, I just want to make a whole channel where I just blabble about cars until I'm tired of it. I just close it on down and be like, nope, not anymore. So I was given a 386 in 1999. Yeah, I know, in 1999. But I played a whole bunch of cool old DOS games. And see, I missed the crappy part of PC history because it's hard to remember. But PCs, the IBM PC came out in 1981, I think, was it? Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure. And it was like super IBM, like business only, monochrome graphics, and also there's a color graphics adapter, the CGA. It's got 4 colors and the palettes are awful. That's color. You're gonna like it. And for a long time, PCs were kind of crappy and terrible for anything other than boring business stuff. Like, their gaming ability was god-awful because of their weak graphics abilities and, like, 0 sound abilities except for the crappy speaker. So that's why other computers like the Amiga, the Atari, the Commodore, well, I don't know. Yeah, the Commodore 64 even was better than CGA. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But the PC was, like, terrible. Even the EGA didn't scroll very smoothly and all that. So, am I going here? No, I'm not going here. Not at all, in any way. But it's his. Right. Hey, you gonna see me again randomly? Come at you every which... Yeah, you are! You can't see me, but I'm doing that like, well, put the elbow on the table and slightly turn to the side. Well, you can hear me turning to the side, surely, but, and so, yeah, because the Amiga was, what, 85? Like, oh my god, was that, I mean, the PC was just like, pff, yeah, right, bucko. But because I got a PC way, way, way later, like an old 386. I could deck it out better than I probably would have been able to if I'd had it back in the day. I got an ad-lib sound card, which I specifically asked for, because I guess I wasn't aware Sound Blaster was better or something, but I loved that ad-lib. Played Keen, 4 and stuff. Played Wolfenstein 3D. It wasn't quite fast enough to run Doom, though. Doom needed a 486, really. I mean, I tried Doom, but it was chunkerific. I know I have to go up that ladder, but I'm talking about my PCs now, so... yeah. So there's a telescope, and apparently this telescope was going to turn to watch you in every single screenshot you were in, but they were just like, yeah, dude, that's too much trouble with the rendering, moving it every single time they would take a shot. So, but it's how he spies on villagers, I guess. So yeah, if this weren't like an oppressive regime, this would be a fun place to live, I guess. Also the fact that the world is dying regardless, but yeah... And I programmed and programmed and programmed some more. And I would show some of my old QBasic programs, or Quick Basic, but I looked at them recently and I'm like, oh my god, what I said was super dark. Like, when I said I hadn't grown a sense of compassion as a kid, I mean like crazy. I had zippo idea. Like, I don't remember I was trying to be malicious. It was just, I was about like 10, 11, 12 sort of at that time. Yeah, 11 or 12. And that's like just the age when you start to be impressionable, and I would just go on the internet and look at programming communities. You know how toxic those can be. And I just picked it all up, and some of the stuff I said was like really deeply disturbing when I read it. Even though I know I didn't mean it, I was horrible. And so it'd be fun to show some old stuff, but I'd have to like be careful because, boy, yeah. But yeah, I thought maybe for 1 April I would do this. I would run a DOS box and do this old game that I programmed. Yeah, I did program it, yeah. Because like a lot of time I would copy paste and not understand, but I did program that one. It was a side-scrolling game in text mode, and I was super proud of figuring out how to side-scroll in text mode, but it still didn't work very well, like, at all, and it depended on a slow computer speed to have functionality and stuff. You know. It was funny and weird. But yeah, and also at that age, I started reading this one magazine that, like, was also extremely, extremely pure poison on the page. And I basically didn't have a mind of my own at that age, 12-ish. I just, like, fell in with whatever group I fell. I'm not saying about, like, I fell in with gangsters and murderers or drug dealers or nothing. No. I just mean, like, people who are mega toxically negative, and I'm so good at imitating people, because, like, by that point, I'd learned to just imitate what I was supposed to do socially, because I didn't know. So, I was so good at just, like, imitating people that I would way overshoot it all the time. Like, I'd hear this negativity, and I didn't really understand what they were talking about, so I just, like, I was like, oh, that's what you do, so I just, like, unleashed this torrent of toxicity out my own mouth, like, that's what you do, right? And nobody wanted to talk to me, and I'm like, what? Yeah, I should probably name the names, but, like, I don't know. I don't want to be controversial or nothing, so anyways, I guess we didn't do this puzzle this 500th time, so let's see what we got here. Oh, excuse me. I want to show my start menu, or do I? No, I don't. Okay, so the fish. I really hope I showed that the fish is that. I'm pretty sure I showed that the fish is that ball in Gen's lab that you can roll and it shows the 1 symbol, so it definitely is 1. Anyways, yes, the fish is 1, and you know that fish symbol we saw through the telescope, because there's multiple fish, is the thing. There's at least one other fish. There's this. That looks like a fish, a cute minnow. Oops, no. That's the wrong one. We're doomed. Yeah. So, you might think it's that fish if you just were like, oh, it's in the lake, maybe a fish, but you'd have to know what fish it was, so you have to look through the telescope. So fish is numero uno. Numero uno. Uno. Yeah, okay. Beetle. Right, number 2. Beetle. The beetle is this one. You can call it a punch buggy if you like, or a beetle, but only a fool calls it a Taft angle. You wouldn't do that, anyways. That doesn't make any sense. So, Right, so, yeah, okay, so, number 3 is the Chirpy Frog, or Itram Marty. There's the Chirpy Frog with one eye. Well, two, but it's got one eye. Next up is the Geesh Sunner. Just there. Yeah, this reminds me of Broken Triad with the upside down hammer. Probably said that already. Okay. And then, of course, the Wah. Irk. So here. I'm hoping I didn't do this already last episode and it just reset itself or something. That'd be pretty funny, yeah, because the water goes on the walls. Like, explain that with heat. You can't. It's surreal and great. Anyways, let's go into the age of Riven, as I used to call this game as a kid, because Riven Hive... I probably said that already too. I apologize. Whatever. So I just love this extra polish and stuff around here as compared to Mist. And there's the Rive Hive, but we can't seem to go because there's water and we might drown. So instead, let's just look, and it's even rippling. That's amazing. So, yeah, but it looks like we could go this way. So, like, I don't know, let's check out stuff. Oh, pardon me. I forgot to put my cushion in the first place. Yeah, well, I guess I'm done dude caught now. But at least I can look out from my prison, and there's the thing. This age is rather desolate, but at least it's the blue kind of desolate, so that's pretty cool. There's a wall, and I guess here's a bed or something. Not really sure. I think you can, like, click down on it and rest again. Or not. Yeah, there we go. So, as fun and entertaining as that is, I guess I've used all my food, or I just never got any and they're taunting me, so... Oh. Hey, that's lame. Last time I came here in a failed take, there was a dude walking, so I guess you're not ever gonna see him in this game. I mean... Yeah, this kind of looks like Lothlorien from the Fellowship, maybe? I wonder. It's pretty beautiful in a strange sort of way, though. Well, I guess I'm just dead forever and I can't do anything, so... Oh!
Katrina now da saya palo. Yapa ay manay yalepo. Miotisay. Bekaretere wirape yelo kene falapo. Tisay. Why te fulupe?
Well, breaking me out like Luca, Luca. She's a badass. No, still nothing. Oh well. Let's look at what we got. Well, we got these two things. We got this prison book, which, I don't know. I guess I could... Oh, wait. No, save the game. Oh, yeah. For screenshots. Man, this is just silly. All this spoilery stuff. So, I mean, I could go into here, I guess. But I'm not going to because, spoiler, if you go into here, you die hilariously, and then you have to watch the entire credit sequence without being able to stop it without a Control-Alt-Delete. And I can't actually do that while I'm recording due to the way I have an automatic script run whenever Riven ends, so which changes the res. It's all great, but suffice to say, don't go into the prison book. It's a stupid person's thing to do. So here's the infamous book. It looks like a checkbook. This is infamous because it's super hard to read. At least to me, and I'm 110,000% sure that I didn't read this book as a kid. I just went through the pages like this, read this probably, and then just skimmed through looking for codes because I'm pretty sure I could not read this, and or just didn't care because I was impatient. But there's actually a page where it transcribes it because let me just give you an example. Like, I linked to Riven a week ago. The smell of the place overwhelmed me moments before I could see anything. With my sight only partially cleared, I stood motionless, peering ahead through a dim veil which was slowly lifting. There was a violent clang, and... See, you don't even know what this is. I happen to know it's bars. Bars appeared. So, excuse me for just one moment. Right, this is the transcription, and I'm probably going to keep flipping back to this because this is just rude. I remember breathing slowly and very deeply, tasting the familiar Riven air, but not recognizing a thing. I must have been hit with the dart right away. I thought it was an insect bite at first. I'm trying to remember it all, but it's difficult. Maybe because of the drug. Again... What is that even? I happen to know it's drug. There was a voice. A man I did not recognize. It's not a Z. That is an I and like a line with a line on it. Whatever. Stood before me. Rivenese, though he was wearing dunny dress. He seemed to be talking to me, but the poison was clearly taking effect. A shadow crept in, and I fell asleep. I think you mean I feel asleep. Then there were the many voices, but I understood none of them, like hundreds of people whispering. I couldn't wake up. I know Catherine doesn't sound like this, but this is how I read books. No matter. The dream did end. And now, to be here... Giti, I happen to know it's Eti, Itai. Yeah. That's not an E, that's a G. What are you even doing? It's been so many years, I didn't realize how much I missed her. That's not an S. Like a piece of me that I had forgotten I'd lost. She's beautiful and so full of warmth, but the years have also left her with a wound which was not there when we were children. Well, let me just take a break to read this. I write quickly from my prison. Nella will... I happen to know it's Nella. Will return your book, which the moiety intercepted upon your arrival. After questioning her, I've concluded that it was written by Atris for a very specific purpose. Gen will desire to use it, although he may have suspicions. If you can find my prison, you will still need the combination to release me. Gen keeps it in his office. Then I assume we're to signal Atris. I think I know how it might be done. Right. But don't signal him before I am released. If you do, hilarity happens. Catherine. So, oh yeah, handwriting. You can't read handwriting. Even so-called good handwriting, it's unreadable. How come I'm the only person who realizes that? Everyone's teaching like, oh, you gotta handwrite. No, you can't read it. Stupid. Anyways, it's, okay, so what is this? I do wish she were more interested. It been so many years. I didn't realize how much I missed her. What? Oh. Sorry. It seems like I'm asking all the questions. It's awkward. So she asks me where I've been or what I've been doing. No one asks me where I've been or what I've been doing. This hurts, but I understand it. Their beliefs are born out of ignorance and oppression. They are a gentle people, but they've had their nest destroyed, and now they frantically cling to anything that might save them. But why have they chosen to cling to me? I'm confused. As a child, I always felt out of place here. I never belonged. They misunderstood me, and I couldn't relate to them. But now I'm overwhelmed by an intense feeling that I owe everything to them and this place. I thought I would never see them again, and yet I'm here. I've been given this second chance. But a second chance at what? Saving them? Fulfilling their prophecies? Being their savior? And weird scribbled out pictures, but hey. Weird scribbled out pictures are great. I used to doodle when I was a kid, but then I guess I convinced myself I couldn't draw or something, or that it would be too hard to make good pictures, but it was fun. I've also sometimes doodled over the years when I was like super depressed or in a very dark mood, and it's also very dark. The moiety, Atris would want me to chronicle all that I've learned. I can at least record some of it. It seems that when Atris and I trapped Gen on Riven many years ago, our efforts were witnessed by most of the inhabitants here. 2 of the Rivenese even witnessed the confrontation with Gen at the fissure, where I linked back to Mist, and where Atris threw himself into the abyss. Of course, they understood little of what they were seeing, but they somehow were able to guess that we had won. That Gen was no god at all, but only a feeble impostor, a false god, and that we had trapped him in here on Riven. I always hoped they would deduce this simple truth, but their further conclusions have astonished me. Atris had stripped Gen of his power, therefore Atris must be a true god. As a god, he was choosing me, the spiritual misfit from a Rivenese womb, to be his wife. I was transcending into deity and would lord over Riven forever. Thus the moiety, as they call themselves, were born, a dissident society, sworn enemies of Gen. I did not know of their beliefs regarding Atris and myself until 2 days ago. Giti, I guess that's Eti, I guess it's like this top line doesn't mean anything, so then it's like a tilted E, was for some reason hesitant to tell me. I can't figure out why. I know she doesn't believe these things. Of course, everyone else assumed that I would be aware of my own god status, so they made no effort to inform me. I only realized it at a recent gathering to which I was invited. I sat at the front of a dimly lit and crowded cave as they told a mythical story of my own life, acting out the battle between Atris, myself, and Gen at the edge of the fissure. The events had been exaggerated into grandiose proportions. It was offensive, but I was unable to stop it. I was unable to break the illusion which is the very foundation of their hope and purpose, and which had given them courage to band together and rebel against Gen. Since then, I've learned of other doctrines and beliefs that have evolved, the most disturbing of which is the conviction that one day I would return to Riven to free them. Some believe that I will overthrow Gen. Others believe that I will bring them to paradise. I don't know how to deal with this. I fight it myself. I love these people, my only real kindred, but they will not love me as an equal, which hurts me. I would rather be their slave than their master. Over the years, as Gen's power has become greater and greater, the moiety's numbers have grown, and they have become more and more adept at hiding themselves. They now live in a complex network of caves that he still has not discovered. The moiety, for the most part, have completely severed their relationship with any of the Rivenese that chose against joining them. But I hope they've not sacrificed vital limbs in order to remove the cancer. Even Father and... Grant? Inant? Father and Inant are still on the surface in Gen's domains, and I long to see them, but a dimness shrouds Itai's face every time I've mentioned them. Since this break took place, they have interfered with the surface in superficial ways, occasionally sabotaging one of Gen's constructions or stealing food from the villagers. They wear strange masks and costumes during their short forays to the island's surface and take this regalia very seriously, refusing to be seen by anyone outside the moiety unless they are properly attired. They get much pleasure out of the fact that those on the surface are frightened by these costumes, calling them evil spirits or ghosts. It was during one of these expeditions that they fortuitously rescued me from one of Gen's guards when I first appeared on the island. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have been delivered to Gen immediately. I have no doubt that he's now searching for me. Of course, I am now aware that I was foolish. Atris is not here. I was at first devastated by this realization. Now I am thankful. He would be in extreme peril here. Also, there is a quiet inner voice, an echoing remnant that wants him far away. What? I have just witnessed an age dying, gasping its last breath. Today I ventured to the surface to see what has become of this island. I hoped it would not be as bad as the moiety had reported. It was worse. They have become slowly accustomed to its steady decay, but I was devastated. The lips from which the kiss is wrought has fallen words will fall cold breath. The womb from which the cry released has suffered hurt will suffer death. To get to the surface, we had to travel through a complex series of doors and passages. Before the last of these doors, they offered me a weapon, which I accepted, and then a mask. I held the mask in my hands for a while, wondering what sort of terror it might invoke in those members of my family who still live on the surface. But I also knew I must keep my identity hidden from Gen's ever-vigilant eye, so I accepted it as well. Then together we swam a short expanse and emerged out of the surface of the ocean under a rocky overhang. The harsh sunlight made my eyes sting, but the fresh, rich air was exhilarating after these past weeks in the dank caves. The two men with me were silent, communicating only with hand signals. The three of us emerged from our hiding place and made our way to the top of the plateau. At the edge of a thick and overgrown area of the forest, they stopped, peered through the foliage for a moment, and then turned to me as if awaiting my command, but could not respond. In fact, I found it difficult to move. I was smelling, hearing, and breathing my youth. This swept over me in a matter of seconds, but in seconds more, all feeling was gone. There was numbness. We did not stay long on the surface, but it was long enough to see the worst. Riven, which was once one island has split apart into 5 distinct pieces, about a half a mile apart. 4 of these have been claimed by Gen as his exclusive domain. Only his ministers and personal militia are even allowed to access to them. From my vantage point at the edge of the forest, I could see 3 of these islands. They are stripped of their former beauty and are riddled with Gen's self-absorbed constructions. The moiety rarely visit these closely guarded places. There is another island which I could not see, as it had evidently crept away to a terrific distance. The moiety are very unclear as to what exists on this island, except for the fact that they know it is where the great tree used to exist. The forest is located on the island that the surface dwellers and the moiety still refer to as Riven, that they also still refer to their entire world as Riven. But this island is where the village is, which has changed dramatically. It is also the one remaining province of the people, though Gen's influence can be seen everywhere. Of course, I know the reason for the fracturing of the island. The moiety do not. Gen wrote this place, and it will die, as all of Gen's ages eventually die. I feel nothing today. I am nothing. I live in a cave on a dying world, inhabited by people that... They are treating me so strangely. They don't know how to relate to a god. I'm still an outcast here. They whisper amongst themselves, talking of my bravery during my excursion to the surface, how I walked across the island bold and unafraid. They don't know me. Even Eddie is uncomfortable around me. At times there is no awkwardness, and I am only Katrin to her. But at other times I am something else. I am afraid. There's such a gaunt numbness inside me. Today I do not feel closeness with my people. Neither am I offended by their worship of me. I do not hate Gen. I don't feel anything. I'm not even aware of... At least Nilla is still close. Sure of. I am boiling. Gen is making and writing books. I wish they had told me sooner. Atris should have realized this would happen. Of course, Gen would have written all of the materials necessary to the dunny craft of making books into this age, and probably every other age he ever wrote. He is attempting to write his way out of here. We did not imprison him. We only delayed him. This age has become his factory, and the people are his machines, all laboring in his mad pursuit to become a god. To carry on his noble dunny cause. So far, he has not been able to produce a fully functional book. Atris has never believed in destiny, but I don't know what else to call it. It's too perfect. It's too much of a coincidence. They hang on my every word, though they do not understand them. I am their hope, and now I have returned. I owe this to them. There is no choice. It's been a long time since my last entry. It is hard to recognize, but I have found the Star Fissure. It is located on the island which the Rivenese call Alapo, meaning water pool, but which is referred to by the moiety as Aliatuan or whatever, meaning pool of stars. Having once allowed Atris to escape this age without leaving an open door behind us, it has since been sealed with a skin of heavy iron. A crude telescope has been mounted over a locked... My eyes are bleeding. Locked viewport, the combination to which was acquired by the moiety before my arrival. Hey, guess what, you guys? It's a freaking code. Also, there's a stop there. Let's write it down. No, that's not it. Fissure... code. That's not exactly it, but whatever. That's for... Oh my god. Because I have this extra thing up now, it's thing up. 4, 1, 3, 2. Okay. 1, I don't really have to write this stuff when I know what it is. 4, 1. No. 3, 2. Dude. 4, 1, 3, 2, 4. Stop. Oh, whatever. 4. Good. Not my tidiest work, but, you know, hey. Yeah. In the early days, the moiety, oh, you thought we were done? Seeking an escape from Riven, briefly pursued the idea of reopening the fissure. They discovered a small mechanical stop to prevent the scope from hitting the portal window. Ultimately, however, they decided against opening it. I hate to think what would have happened to them if they had not left it alone. I've instructed them to stay away from it. I'm almost certain that, with the decayed state of the islands, opening the fissure now would be disastrous. I have heard that in the days immediately following Gen's confinement on Riven, he attempted to determine the feasibility of navigating the stars beneath the fissure, for he had seen the mist book fall from Atris's hands into that very same space. To this end, he would have people, alleged transgressors of the law, thrown into it so that he could observe their fate. The telescope which still stands there is one he had built for these callous experiments. It is said that they did not die, but what became of them remains a mystery. It appears that the limits of Gen's optics prevented him from learning their fate. The star field beneath the fissure is not as it seems. It is a gentle space, as hospitable to life as a flowing river. This is how Atris explained it after he had fallen into it. But much more than that we've never understood, and we were never able to conclude upon its origins. But the visions tell me that it was from out of the will of the makers, perhaps for some greater purpose that we cannot yet understand. I still remember Atris's words from his journal. I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse. There must be some greater reason behind it. I neglected to mention it earlier, the unique shape of one of the great daggers which appeared during our escape from Riven. The very dagger that stands vertically at one end of the Alatuan has been adopted by the moiety as the symbol of their cause. It is a sacred symbol for them. It is the representation of all of their doctrine and their representation of me. To deface this symbol is sacrilege. They have their own mythical explanation regarding its sudden origins. I haven't told them that I wrote it into this age along with all the other daggers. It's strange how such a young religion can be so unbending even to their own god. I have tried to dissuade them of the notion that symbols contain so much power. The enemy uses this paranoia against them. They are fearful of Gen's symbol and are terrorized by his symbolic use of the Wahark. But they don't want to hear this from me. Perhaps my attempts have even caused some of the younger members of the moiety to doubt that I am Catherine. My rare encounters with those who say they follow Gen have been discouraging. I have hoped to have some communication with the surface villagers, but they always flee from me. But I have heard news of some of the villagers' beliefs regarding Gen. Soon after we trapped Gen on Riven, he claimed that he was responsible for the daggers, placing them around the island as a reminder of their failure. In the village circles, it is told that this was a punitive act performed by Gen to mark the beginning of a period of restitution, at the end of which, if they have proven their devotion to him, they will be delivered unto a new and better existence. I will continue to try to reach them. The door is open. The door is open. Is Gen? It's not an ampersand, bro. Door is open and Gen is free! Gen has the ability to create working books. In fact, he had written one age before I arrived, but has kept this accomplishment so well hidden that only his closest ministers were aware until now. I'm not sure. Perhaps he has written others. Other news. few years ago, before the moiety were forced into hiding, one of them managed to steal what appeared to be a test book that Gen had intended to destroy. It had been partially written, but did not work. They didn't tell me about it until now because they thought it was useless. Back then, none of Gen's books worked, but instead of correcting the problem at its source, he blamed it on the impure wood of the Riven forest and proceeded to engineer a cumbersome mechanical remedy, a complex series of domes, to heal his book's inherent flaws. One of the consequences of this crude solution, however, was that the domes demanded huge amounts of energy, and the related problems delayed his success for quite some time. At last, however, he finished his work and was finally able to link to an age, but he kept his success extremely well hidden. However, for some reason or another, belligerent pride, he has made modifications to the domes which make it obvious that he's using the domes to breathe life into his half-dead books. Perhaps he means to lure us into using the books in the domes. He can't believe that we would blindly swallow this suicidal bait. I happen to know that's bait, but look at that crap. But he wouldn't know that we have one of his books, the stolen burnt book. There is the possibility of have read burnt book. Age it describes would be unsuitable as new home for the moiety, must be modified. I will dream. Have requested a group to solve combination that will open the domes. Once open, we can power the burnt book. I do not think Gen will interfere. He will leave the bait. Have begun writing the moiety's age. Now must acquire second book from Gen. There is tension. A stain blurs my vision, and nightmares. Nella and Etty stay close. Much has happened. Almost everything is prepared. We have stolen another book, but I'm concerned Gen will miss it. We have also discovered the combinations for entering the domes, but we have not discovered the method for powering them. By powering our burnt book with Gen's domes, we will be able to link to this age, but we will only have access to the domes for a short of time before we are discovered. Therefore, we can only use the domes once. I must find another way to make the books work. The gateway images in Gen's books and our burnt book all seem to share the same sickness. If they are not powered, the images are black. It might be possible to clear the vision with only... We'll write substance into the moiety age. All is ready. Now all we can do is wait for word from the moiety-esque, who are on the lookout for Gen to power and use the domes. When he does that, we will have access to one of Gen's domes just long enough. After linking to the age which I've written, I only have to locate the book window substance and refine or adapt it. Having this window over the gateway image should heal the books and make them work. This will allow me to use the second stolen book and return to Riven with more of the book windows. We will then no longer have to rely on Gen's clumsy domes. I laugh at these plans. I sound like Atris. I'm risking my life, but I feel no fear, only anxiety. Perhaps it is the source of my nightmares. The fissure, like a great wound, is opened. It stains the riven soil with blood. I hold the moiety knife. The voices grow so loud. For their part, the moiety have complete faith that I will accomplish my task and lead them to a better world. It is the fulfillment of their prophecy, but they are also fearful and tense. I don't know what they will think or do if I fail. It is done. It seems too good to be true. I feel like it's all still a dream. We have already evacuated all of the moiety to this new age. It is beautiful, and I am pleased. At last, my people will live in safety and comfort. They stand under the bare sky, unafraid and dazzled by their freedom. They are happy. They have named it Tay. There's still much to be done. We are not protected yet. The only way to completely safeguard this place is to destroy the book which links to here from Riven. But I do not even know how to bring this up to the moiety. They will be extremely reluctant about destroying their only link to Riven. I share this hesitation. I would be cutting off my only connection. But for their sake it must be done. I am anxious to know if our activities have aroused Gen's suspicions. If so, we must act quickly. Even so, I feel that now we are magnificent, impregnable. Tomorrow, I will return to Riven to see Gen's reaction for myself. But tonight, I finally rest. And so do I. Except not quite.
Sira po. Ibuko mo buko wisipo. Na vene. Tapo mo revene beno. Now, Katerina ne. Wisifa polo ya sepe yai.
So, hello all two of you who stuck around. How'd you do? I'm just gonna go out there one more time. No, I guess it's random or something, or you have to go straight there. I don't know. But anyways, a book. We have an extra code, and we have a cool book. Let's go. Love that sound, too. That updated sound. Right. So, yeah. Excuse me one moment. Oh no, we got plenty of space. Hey guys, let's keep going. I should read audiobooks. Well, you don't read audiobooks, you make audiobooks by reading regular books. But yeah, maybe not. No. I mean definitely not, because then I have to be like, then Joe drove home. Can you imagine it? Well, you can, if you follow these 5 simple steps. First, drive home. God, I want cars. Ah! Oh, man. Yeah. I should stop saying I should do, because that's the thing I've fallen into. I used to be confident. You know what? Now that there's only 2 of you at the end, I'm going to tell you a secret. So, when I was younger, like a teenager, I guess, I went to this event, and, we did a bunch of stuff that was, like, designed to, like, not give you an excuse to be like, oh, but I'm afraid and maybe I shouldn't do that. It was just like, fuck you, you're doing it. And when I came back, I was like super confident. And like people were impressed, like, dude, well, great. Well, what goodified about you and stuff. Where am I going? I've got a code, but I still don't got like none other thing. Got no. This is still not the right place. And so, it just goes to show that things are irritatingly not black and white, because it was just, like, everything you can criticize and call cheesy or stupid or whatever was sort of true, but at the exact same time it was helpful still, though. Oh, where am I? Am I going in the maglev? I guess I am. And, you know, that's why I've never quite given up on that sort of stuff, because I'm like, look, there's something about this that was helpful to me. But there's also a lot of garbage and forceful marketing crap, but something about it was helpful. So if somehow that could be extracted without all the garbage, I don't know. But yeah, but now I'm so meek because I guess I went too far with being compassionate with the pony thing. I was just like, it was so wonderful to care about people, but I probably have to find a balance, because it's good to care about people, but not to the point where you just beat yourself down. And you're just like, no, I'm terrible, I'm nothing, you guys, you know what I mean? Anyway. Because, yeah, I could make a podcast, I could make a video, more videos about cars, I could do any of these things, but instead I'm just like, oh, I should do this, I wish I could do that, I wish I should, like, what's wrong with me, huh? Ugh. Because I remember it felt so amazing to just say you were going to do something and then just do it, like, in spite of your fear. And I remember this rush I felt the first time I was, like, so afraid of doing something, but I did it regardless, and it was just like a thrill. Oh, man. And now I'm just like, oh, but what if I feel anxious? But life's not worth holding yourself all back like that, is it? Wait a minute, it's here, isn't it? Where is it? You'd never see this if you were coming from the other way. Good thing this is a good design game, mostly. Okay. So... Can I... No, I have to go over here. So I think we're just going to have to make a... We're gonna just have to make a guess for it with that other marble's color or something. I guess you do have to guess, unless there's some other clue. Oh, hey. Yeah, we've seen that enough. So, once again, we leave off at the puzzle. So, see you guys next time.